So with y'all, man, you already know what time it is. I just got out of work a little bit ago, and that right there is the grill. Yeah, that's the grill. That's the grill right there. It is a little cold, but I just I like doing my videos outside, you know. And if we're being honest, I don't have to be here, but I chose to. And the whole point of you know me making this video for real is because this is really what I do, and I really wanted to talk about something today. It's because earlier, I think trying to go back through my day. Holy Spirit, please help me to go back throughout my day, see what it was that I got mad about. Oh yeah, well, one of the main things was, you know, um, I have these issues where, it's of human nature. I we get mad, and some of us can't really control our anger. But knowing that you can't control your anger, that's why I practice, trying to control my anger. And I can't say I've been super good. I can't say I've been super bad. I can't say, really too much, but I have been in between with that. I've been, progressing. Every day is going to be a percentage better than the other day. And I go through, a lot of things similar to maybe what some of you guys go through. And I'm not trying to say this to be like, oh, yeah, I go through the same thing you go through. We all go through things, as people, but I feel like what makes, the big differences between us is how we react to, what we go through. And I feel like, man, that's really important. Like it's super important because not only, are you speaking life and death, through your tongue, but, you know, you could be harming someone else with, the words of choice that you're choosing to make. Feel me? And obviously life has been wonderful, man. It's been the best. This we didn't just we didn't just spawn in here just to spawn in here. We spawned in here with a purpose, And I'm not saying that we spawned in just by our own will spawning in, but it's mainly, God's allowing us to be here. And I know you may hear from the window up there. It's my mom's room, and bathroom is like right there. But yeah, just in case you was hearing my mom talk. I can't say I'm really cold, but um I feel like I'm in a season where I wouldn't really say confused, but I'm in a season where I'm gaining traction. Like, even though I keep sinning, like, man, I sin every day. Like, willingly, even if I like willingly or unwillingly, like knowing that we're sinning versus, not knowing that we're sinning, it's still a sin. And at the end of the day, like sin is still gonna be sin. And every time I even think about sin, there's like this deep level of hatred I have for sin. But I'm trying to learn how to love myself, because I was always hating myself because I sinned. I'd bash myself. And it really pushed me out of character to where I was just like, I don't even deserve to be here. I keep sinning, and it just moved me deeply because something that I really think about is, how God sees us. And something that I really get mixed with. I'm not sure if you guys get mixed with this too, but I get mixed with how God sees us versus how I see myself. And, you know, it is always going to be a difficult journey. But, you know, it really, it's really difficult. It's always going to be difficult, but it depends, how much progression you're making on your walk. But I keep getting a little confused. I know whatever I just said, I don't even think it made sense. I'm not gonna lie, because I heard my mom opening her window, so I started just talking about something. But I got a little distracted, I'll be honest. But I've been really stepping into a season where I can feel myself being more grateful, and I can see myself doing more things for other people. Like, my thing was, every time I always helped somebody, it always mentally helped me. Like, if I was someone that somebody can count on. Obviously, I'm a person you can count on. But like, when I get down to my core, like, I always wanted to just help somebody else. Like, I remember when I first started doing YouTube videos, um I was so every time I made the videos, like, I was always hurt when I was making my YouTube videos. Like, I always decided to just make them when I was hurt, because it was like my way of kind of coping. It kind of did help. But now it's different, to where I love making videos now. Not just because it was something I was doing to cope, but because I know I can help other people with my struggles. So, it's amazing. And at the end of the day, it's hard having faith, man. I'm always in my head thinking, like, how can I do this better? How can I do that better? How can I, be a better role model? Like, I'm always searching for, ways I can always better myself, and, finding different ways to just be better at life, you know. It's like, if you really think about it, if you really put it into perspective, like, put this in, look at it in your perspective. There's gonna be a day where you don't wake up. That's why I put that into my perspective. I'm like, there's gonna be a day where I don't wake up, and, what am I doing now that's gonna leave an impact on other people? Am I helping people? Am I providing for people? I ask myself those kind of questions, and my fault if I keep looking around. It's because, like, I don't know. I'm not really paranoid, but I've always been like a looking around type of person for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. But I'm not speaking this. I'm not speaking these good words into other people, but I'm also, speaking these good words to myself, because life has never been easy. It's not going to be easy, and, trying to overcome things also isn't as easy as, it's said. But I can just feel myself shifting. Obviously, there was this one time where I prayed to God for, what was it? I was like, God, I just pray that, you help me. What was it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I was like, God, I just pray that you help me, what was it? To just, take this away from me, like, take this addiction away from me, from smoking weed. And I still struggle with it. I'm being honest. There's nothing I gotta hide. I smoked last night. I'm a Christian, but, I'm trying to teach myself how to hate sin. And it's not like I'm doing it out of fun. Like, this isn't something fun that I just do for fun. No, like, I used to do it for fun, and then it turned into, like, now I need it all of a sudden. Now I feel like I need it, which in reality, you know, realistically, like, once you've been like addicted to something for so long, it does become harder to leave it alone. But I've been just trying to work with it, man. Like, especially when it comes to weekends. I know I'm gonna be home, so I try not to smoke. Like, I really try not to. But the thing is, this is where I was getting it mixed up. Me trying not to do it is what I was doing wrong, but me going to God about it was the correct way to do it. And even though I still go to God, there was something that really stuck out with me, and it was you know that I'd pray. I'd pray and like I pray to God for Him to help me. Just stop worrying. You know, because I want to have more faith in Him, and I'd feel good, but then like I'd still somehow worry, and it kind of got to me like, man, I'm praying, and it's like, and then my own mind's making me doubt that prayer works. Like, no, I know prayer works, but it's just like there's just stuff that fights against you. It's like yourself is fighting against you, like your flesh is making you feel all kind of ways, and you know, this is something mainly that I want to talk about is how we pray, and if we worry after we pray, that cancels out the prayer. And I that blew my mind. Like when I heard that earlier, I was listening to what's his name? What was his name? I forgot. Denzel Washington. That's who it was. I was listening to Denzel Washington just, not really preach, but he was just kind of preaching about God, if that makes sense. And basically, like, I'm not saying just motivation, but, you know, God like motivation. And he was saying that, like, you know, if you worry and then you pray about it and then you're still worrying, that's really just you that's worrying. And that worry cancels out the prayer. And I didn't know that. I really didn't. And and it's so sad because there's just like things in our life that fight against us, because they know how much good we have in us. Like I don't even know what gift I hold, and yet the devil, demons have been attacking me and stuff. And it's crazy because it's like I'm getting attacked this hard. So it's like, what is it that's so good that God has in me that I don't know about? And that's why I've always been on this journey just trying to follow God. And it's like whatever I have as a gift has to be greater than I can even understand, because it's just I get attacked no matter what. Or sometimes it's not even us getting attacked. It's just the enemy placing thoughts in our head to make us think that we're being attacked, to just keep us in a chokehold. And it's crazy because that's really how the enemy works. Like the devil has been studying us for I don't even know how long, longer than I've been alive. And I'm only 21, longer than I've ever been alive. I'm hearing footsteps, but and it's just crazy to think that. It's really crazy, but I just I'm being honest, man. Like I really don't want, God to just forget about me. And if I'm being honest, he's never gonna forget about us because, it says it in his word, you know, he's never gonna leave nor forsake you. And it just I don't want to get emotional, but it's just when I sit here and I really deeply think about God and like how Jesus like, gave his own life. It it just makes me feel I just don't even feel like myself. I feel like I don't even know. Like it makes me feel like a hypocrite, man, if I'm being honest, because it's like I'm over here preaching the word. I'm over here telling people to follow God, but I'm falling into sin still. And it's not even like I willingly try and sin, but it's just like if just sin just dwells in me. Like if it's just I don't know why. Like, I just been addicted to just being high, like smoking weed. It just not like I've just had this addiction of not wanting to feel anything. And for the longest time, it's been with me, and it's like I've been trying to work through it. And I used to always pray and ask God to take it away from me, but then you know that's not how it works. And I found this verse that it's not for it's not for Him to take away, but it's for me to give up. And that blew my mind because it was like, wow, like my mind really thought it was that easy to just get rid of addiction and just say, God, take it away, and it'd be gone. And it's crazy how some of our minds think like that. It's, it's just sad because we're in the devil's playground. The earth is his playground, and as long as we live in our flesh, like he tries to get us to do what he wants us to do. He doesn't care about us, and obviously it gives me more motivation to strive for God. But at the same time, like, I know I feel bounded, but I'm really not. And it's just, I've been fighting this for a long time, and I know it's not a battle for me to fight, but it's a battle for me to surrender to God. And it's, I can't even explain, like, it's possible, but it's, for me, it's just, I'm just speaking out of me. Like, everyone's battles are different, but, I always think of that verse that says, a righteous man falls 7 times. And I feel like that's a verse that really sticks with me because I fell so many times. And I've still been falling. Every day we fall. It's an everyday thing. Even, one swear word, that's still sin, you know. And it's just crazy that even after everything, God still just has this unfailing love for us, just unconditional love. And it just makes me think really deeply about my whole life, man. It really does. And I know this took a turn. It went from, me feeling good to just, this is what happens when you really set your mind on God and you just think about him, and it makes me feel terrible, like a terrible person. And then I try to remind myself that, God, man looks for the outer appearance, but God, he looks in for your heart. And that's what really hit me, man, because everyone, looks at me for my outer appearance, and yet the only person that really looks in from my heart is God and Jesus. And it hurts a lot because this world doesn't love you. Even if the world did love you, they don't care. So it's hard. I never understood how hard, life would have been. And, you know, it really is difficult, man. But obviously there's more I want to talk about, but I'm kind of freezing up out here. And I've been trying to just not do my own thing, but do what God wants me to do. And, you know, it's not easy, but that's why we have God. Because if it was easy, we wouldn't need him. Some people are going to say, oh, yeah, even if it's easy, I'd still go to God. No, we wouldn't. And if you need proof that we wouldn't, go back to your childhood where, some of y'all might have knew God or might not have knew of God. But when I was young, I knew, about God and stuff, but no one really sat me down to tell me, this is the way of life. It came to me. And after everything that people were surrounding me with, no one really taught me the word. It came to me, and I learned. I wouldn't say on my own, but it's like if God called me and he was just like, here's the gospel. And I can't thank him enough for that, because I could have just been doing my own thing right now and still feeling miserable and not understanding why I feel miserable. And at the same time, it's really just a part of growing up too. It's just most of the time, it's not about how we feel. It's just about how much faith we have, you know. And I know sometimes you don't feel the best. I'm not saying don't care about your feelings, but try and love yourself more. That's what kind of season I've been in. Just trying to love myself more and show more gratitude, and just try to help other people. Because if I, it just feels good helping people. Even when you don't want to, I just think about it like, if Jesus is asking me for his help. So I think about it that way. And it, like, I came home, and I normally don't do the dishes all the time, but I came home and I just seen the dishes, and I just thought about it like if it was, Jesus asking me if I would do the dishes for him. And that's, even though nobody asked for it, I just did it because, I put that in my head. And I was like, what happens if Jesus was here and you just got home and he was just like, could you do the dishes for me real quick? Then, I thought about it that way, and it made me want to do them. But that does help. I seen that somewhere. I think on YouTube Shorts or something. Some dude was just like, "Oh, just try this for a week." He was like, "Try this just for a week. Anytime somebody asks you to do something or asks you for something, think of it as if Jesus was asking you." And he tried it, and he said it changed his life. Like, it changed his life. So I have hope, and I seen that it gave him hope. So I feel like I have hope, which I do have hope. So I just been trying to do that, and it's difficult, but hey, man, I'm gonna let y'all go though. I'm gonna let y'all go because I be making long videos. I really do, and it just be me talking the whole time. I love this. I love doing this. Like that, I just love this, man. Like, the more I keep doing this, the more souls I keep bringing to God. The more I try my best to get right with God. And sometimes I get mixed in that thought of, oh, I gotta do more to earn God, but that's just the enemy trying to distract you off the path. And when you're doing things right, the enemy's obviously gonna try to get you to do wrong, or he's gonna try to just mess up your path. That's his whole purpose, is to try and mess you up. Distractions. If he can't take you off the path, he's gonna distract you. I learned that from Devotions with Demarcus. He's one of the reasons why I wanted to do videos like this and stuff too. He gave me the hope and encouragement to do this kind of stuff. He may not know me, but hey, God bless you, my boy. God bless you, man. You're one of the reasons why I am the man who I am today. But the main reason why I am who I am today is because of him. God. Can't just give him half credit. I gotta give him full credit, and full credit to Jesus too. Got to, man. Jesus is always gonna be king. Doesn't matter if I sin or not. At the end of the day, he's gonna be king. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. I don't get crazy views, but at the same time, a viewer is just another soul that I'm trying to save. You feel me? But hey, man, God bless y'all, man. God bless y'all. I pray that you guys just keep going, man, with God. So at the end of the day, if God is for you, what can be against you? If you're with the Creator, nothing's gonna harm you, you know. But God bless y'all, man. The title of this, I'm gonna name it like, I have those issues too. feel like that's a great topic. I also need help coming up with some topics. I'm gonna come up with some, or I might ask y'all for some topics. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. Pray that y'all keep going, man. Keep striving for God. Keep showing unconditional love. You know, John 15, verse 12. Love one another as I have loved you. You know, man. And remember, Luke 1, verse 37. For with God nothing shall be impossible. Ephesians 6:10. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. You know what I'm saying? It's getting a little cold though. God bless y'all boys, man. Take care.